T-Pain did this weird thing. T-Pain put out a video where it said, "It's been 20 years, and I'm not sure what's coming next. I've been discussing it with my family and my team, and y'all will know soon," or something like that. It was like this weird, like, ominous, mysterious thing where you didn't really know clearly what was going on. Was it retirement? Was it a new project? Was he gonna do like the weekend and change his name and start a new character, quote unquote? You just didn't know. It's like, oh boy, T-Pain, what you about to do, man? You're making me nervous. But then T-Pain put out like a 3-minute video after that talking about his 20 years in the industry, his 20 years as a creator, 20 years as a auto-tune user, a fan favorite, a hook master, all these things that he's accomplished, and then announced he's going on tour. It's going to be called the TP20 tour, I believe he said. And T-Pain fooled us, folks. T-Pain got us all nervous to announce a tour. Now, he says this tour will be unlike any other tour. It will be a game changer. It will be like a badass party that we're all invited to. And we should buy our T-Pain tickets right now. I think this was a really cool way to roll it out, even though he kind of got me, I'm not going to lie, because I was like, is T-Pain about to fake retire? Because that would be weird. But he did not retire as of yet. He says this tour will brace us for the next 20 years because there's a lot of changes coming. And so he keeps doing this like thing where he's being ominous and kind of what's the word I'm looking for? He's not really saying what's going on. The word starts with an A, but I can't think about it at the moment. But he's not really telling us what's going on. He's kind of alluding to things, and it's kind of weird, but I guess the idea is to keep you coming, to pull you in, so that way you keep coming for whatever's coming next. And so he just is alluding to things and not telling you clearly what is happening. So it's fine. There's a tour that's been announced. And once the tour starts, maybe we'll know more. But T-Pain says that it will be a huge tour, a very different tour, uh, like a really cool party that's coming to your city. And that this will be a tour no one will forget. I'll be honest, he got me with that first video. And I started pondering what happens if there's no more T-Pain. Thankfully, we don't have to find out. So I was relieved that this was a tour announcement and not a retirement announcement, because I know he has discussed, spoken about how he has done more with streaming as far as finances go. He's brought in more with streaming than with music the last couple of years. And so if streaming video games and doing a live pod type of situation is going to bring him that kind of money, I thought, man, maybe that's it. He found his sweet spot and he's done with music. So I was happy to be wrong, but it did get me thinking about what's next for T-Pain. That being said, let's hit the chat. Dash says, I'm so glad it's not a fake retirement. Yeah, we know that artists often say they're retiring, and then we come to find out they are not retiring. And so I'm glad to. Now, I will say, if T-Pain said he was retiring music, he was retiring from music to do streaming instead, I'd believe him. Because I've seen him and how much fun he has on that streaming, and he's been vocal about how much money he's made. He has not said, I've made these many dollars, not that I've seen, but he has discussed that I'm doing a lot. I'm bringing in a lot more, doing a lot less, just sitting here and streaming. So I would believe him if he said that that's why he was retiring. Dave says, is it a solo tour? Question mark. Is it his first solo tour? Question mark. He has a lot of people that can help him. T-Pain was on tour like a year ago, and what he was doing then was different cities had different special guests. And I think like the opening act was the same throughout the tour, if I'm correct. But then the special guests were different in different cities. It was like I think it was called T Pain and Friends, if I'm correct. Um, I do not have more info on the tour except the announcements video. I did not look up tickets or ticket prices or what cities. I didn't do any of that as of yet. But um, he's talking big shit. And so I'm curious to see how this will go. I have never seen T Pain live. I would love to see T Pain live. And so I will consider that. I don't know when the tour starts. I just watched those two videos. I'm not going to come up here and act like I know more. I do not. But I imagine if he's saying that it's going to be this big thing, he probably has other acts with him um, that are going to be rolling with him. I could totally see him and Chris Brown, but I don't think that's going to happen because Chris Brown is currently on tour already doing the Breezy Bowl. I could see him and Lil Wayne. They have a lot of music together. They seem to have a great rapport. But also, Lil Wayne just announced the Carter Six, so I don't think those two people will be joining him. So I don't know who will join. But I do think this is worth looking into, and probably, yeah, it probably is worth the ticket price for T Pain and whoever else is going to be there. So, yeah, that is the announcement that T Pain made, and it is an announcement. It's a tour announcement, but it didn't seem like that's what he was going to announce. Seemed like something else was coming at first, but it is a tour announcement.